Well,
Yes.
okay. Now I've started recording. Thanks, Zahir. Please go ahead. What you were saying.
So Mr. Ali and Mr. Khuram, I've been trying to trade for the past 5 years to be successful and profitable, and I tried every Twitter account, Discord account, all the scammer account. I lost money in not even like stocks, Bitcoin, NFT, all that, until I found Mr. Ali and Khuram. Uh, it's when did we start? Like back in July, I
Exactly.
think.
I think.
Yes. I've I'm not saying I'm profitable right now, but I know what I'm doing and I'm not losing money anymore. I'm still learning. I I I learned a lot from these two people right here. And I just want to like recommend them, and whatever they like, take every note, take everything they say, write it down. It's been a great experience.
Thank you, Zahir. Thanks for your nice
Sorry,
compliment.
I
Thank you for
didn't.
your
I
kind
didn't.
words.
Thank you.
Thanks, Zahir,
I
for
just
your
want to
nice
say that.
compliments. Oh,
You're
thank you
welcome.
very
No
much. Thank
problem.
you very much.
Yep.
Right.
No
So
problem.
let me start. Yeah, please. Somebody saying something?
Yeah, this is Muhammad Yunus Gaba.
Mohammed. Assalamu alaikum, Yunus.
How are you, Ali?
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Yourself?
I'm just new here and I'm just like a beginner. I used to be trading in other market, but for US and Canada, I'm just a bit new. So hopefully I will learn a lot from you guys. Let's
Inshallah.
start now.
Yeah, sure, guys. So, guys, let's start. I will request all of you to be on mute. If you have any question, just unmute yourself and please feel free to ask. Try to make this as interactive as we can. So let me just go. So the content of today's this presentation, this session is we're going to introduce. I'm going to introduce myself. Karam is going to introduce himself, and then we'll look into how TWT came into formation, right? And then we'll go through some quotes, and one of the strategy what we have is three-dimensional approach, and some of the rules, the market rules we have that we follow in our day-to-day trading. We even basically train people on how to follow these rules and share what our experience is. Then we'll discuss about a plan or net having a plan, right? We'll go into market psychology, trading methodology. I'll show you our Twitter account, a Telegram account, and then this is the part we'll go to the market outlook for a couple of indices and what do you call it, ETFs and markets, and some of the stocks which is on my radar for the month of October. So let's start, guys. Okay. So, guys, some of you know me, and some of you are new to this today. So let me take you a little bit background of myself. So I have been into trading more than 25, 30 years, right? I have worked in different asset classes, from foreign exchange to futures to commodities to interest rate, equities. I've been in the fund management. I was a assistant portfolio manager with the Islamic Sharia fund, with the ethical fund in Toronto. I have worked with ABN AMRO Bank. By designation, I am CMT charter holder. I'm a member of CMT Association for more than 22 years. I'm a member of Association of American Professional Technical Analyst for more than 15 years. I'm a member of CMT Canada. I used to write on Bridge News. I used to write on Bridge News about the US markets, and I'll show you some of my stuff, what work I have done. I used to be part of I used to produce my reports for Bloomberg and Thomson Reuters. I had a long career with Thomson Reuters. I have worked with multiple central banks in Asia. I worked with sovereign funds, and I have worked with global and regional banks and family offices. So that's a little brief about myself, and let me show you what I have in my credentials. The reason some of you, as you know it, and the reason I'm giving you a little bit of background, because what happened with me, with the COVID and during the COVID and post-COVID, there were a lot of WhatsApp group, and I was part of a couple of WhatsApp group, and one of the groups, somebody give me a compliment, and I started laughing at myself. And the compliment was that that my friend, you know how to draw a trend line correctly. And I started laughing at myself that I've been drawing trend lines for the last 25, 30 years. So the other guy did not know my background, and I didn't know. So in WhatsApp, what happens? You come to know a lot of guys. They come up with a lot of ideas, and you think that those are professionals. They may be newcomers, so it's better to get to know each other, right? So let me go a little bit further. I used to write letters for Biz News. Let me go back. Okay, this is one of the letter. Let me just go and okay, let's go. So I'll show you the newsletter, and this is way back in August 2001. And you can find myself. I used to do the Elliott wave analysis for Bridge News, and you can find within these entire team the only guy who was I used to be in Saudi Arabia at that time, and you can find myself here, senior correspondent. And if I go a little bit here, you can see that the tag, the place it's coming from, Riyadh, right? So that is one of these. I mean, we used to produce this newsletter and used to go to 150,000 users globally. Let me go back here. This is the second newsletter, just to give you the idea that what experience I do carry. So let me go here. Okay. And you can find stories from New York, stories from other part. I was the only one who was outside the US. Rest, everybody, all the analysts were inside the US, right? You can find Ali Asgar here, Riyadh. So that is there. And this is the highest recommendation I have ever received in my life from my bureau chief, Kevin Penley. So this is the recommendation letter I got in July 2001. I was supposed to join Bridge News, but with the Chapter 11 and all those things happen. Unfortunately, I could not. The company went into company was bought by Dow Jones, so all the hiring was frozen. Right. So let me go back to the presentation. Okay. And recently, just 2 weeks ago, I presented my work at Technical Securities Analyst Association, Golden Gate University in San Francisco on September the 16th. And you can find myself here. And let's say, okay, let me show you. Okay. This was on 16th of September, right? Ali Merchant. My topic was power of trend lines and market outlook using major indices. And here goes Ali Merchant. So with all these guys, these are pretty senior guys. I mean, these guys have experience of, individually, they have experience of more than 30 to 40 years. At least Damon has an experience of 40 years, 45 years in the market. So I was part of this team. So you'll be very happy to know that I was basically selected to speak as a presenter. Now let me go and give it to Khurram to just give his introduction. So Khurram, can you take it over, please?
Good. Yeah. Hello, everybody. Most of you guys know me already through the Telegram group. I've been hosting a Telegram group and WhatsApp group for past 3 years, 4 years. But on the President of SP Dream Group, it's an investment group that we have. We have multiple businesses in it. I have done that in terms of trading. I've been doing trading since 2004. And one of my bosses at the time, I had a part-time job. I was 17 years old at that time. And my boss told me that, you know what, whatever you're making, put a little bit of money into stocks and stuff. So that's how I started getting into buying stocks and stuff. In 2018, I started doing options trading. For the options trading, I went through the entire COVID and the entire the run up after COVID and the bear markets of last year, which was brutal. Which was pretty brutal. And then now I'm doing mostly, I do stocks, options, and I do stock options. I do futures trading, and I do options trading also. In terms of the how to do trade and stuff like that, that's a pretty big topic to talk about. But only thing I emphasize on most of the time, actually all the time, and that's what people who've known me for all these years, they also know that I always talk about the risk management. That's the only way you can sustain in the market. Yeah, there's no magic number, which I said earlier. There's no magic strategy. It's all about discipline and risk management. So, and we'll go from here. I've helped several hundred people so far in terms of how to do trading, how to learn trading, how to help people who didn't know anything about trading at all or stock market, and now they have a decent side income every month. I read a couple of articles about the overall market. Anyway, if you can switch
Sure.
the thing, yeah, these are the links for those articles. So you can see that there's different articles a couple of articles that I've written. And again, even in the article, like this is exactly what I was telling you earlier. It's about risk management and also how not to oversize your position and all those things. And then my second article is about what happened last year. How the 2022 took almost every new trader by surprise. After COVID, everybody was used to just buy the dip and you'll double your money in coming days, and that was a big surprise for everybody. That how most of the new traders, retail traders, misunderstood what 2022 was about to bring them. I do want to say one thing. I don't have the screenshot right here. The very first day of 2022, where people were still anticipating that SPY was going to go to $500 and it's gonna this party is gonna continue on going. Before the first trading day of January of 2022, I had already mentioned to everybody that we are going to see a huge drawdown this coming year, and we're expecting a big correction. But honestly, I didn't expect a bear market, but I did anticipate that we're going to see a huge falling knife coming in coming weeks. But you'll all see that after you spend so much time in the market, you'll kind of get to know exactly what the market patterns are showing and what are the topic formations that I have. But from here, I'll give it back to Ali to go ahead with the rest of the presentation.
Thanks, Khuram, for the introduction. So, guys, let's move on. Okay, now these are some of the quotes. Let me go into the presentation mode. Okay. Correct. So Albert Einstein said, education is not the learning of facts, but the training of mind to think. And then from Muhammad Ali Jinnah, I don't believe in taking the right decision. I take a decision and make it right. This is very appropriate for the financial market. You take a decision and then make it right. Either you realize that you've taken a wrong position, go for put a exit strategy, or you should have an exit strategy at the beginning, right? So from Malcolm X, education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. Muhammad Ali said, I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit, suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. So Muhammad Ali, the black Superman, the boxer. Yeah, just to give you the idea of some of the quotes. So from here, we have a three-dimensional approach. That's what we explain to everybody. A plan, strategy, or analytical techniques, understanding market psychology, human emotion. Now, somebody was speaking somewhere in the US, in the New York, a couple of 25 years ago. And the guy was an analyst he was a technical analyst with Merrill Lynch. And somebody asked him that everybody works in some sort of an industry. So are you working in the banking industry? And he said, no, I'm working in the emotional industry. So first part is to have a plan. Second part is to work on the emotions. How are you going to control the emotions? Right? These are the two, and the entire thing rests on money management and trade risk management. That is what the three-dimensional strategy: plan your trade and trade your plan. Plan your trade and trade your plan. That's the key strategy. Right? Let's move into, these are the rules what we follow. Market is always right. If you think that you are right, follow the rule number 1. Market is always right. Right? Price is the king, market is the master. Guys, these are the golden words I have learned over a period of time. In case of confusion about market direction, refer to rule number 1. Market is always right. Right? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Plan your trade and trade your plan. So what happens is we plan our trade and then we start trading our feeling. Do not trade your feeling. Market does not care about my feeling. Market has proven me wrong multiple hundreds of times. Trade what you see, not what you feel. So guys, remember these rules. This will help you. Whenever you have any confusion, come back to these rules. Okay. So let's go further. Now, when you don't plan, when you fail to plan, what happens? This is the stock Peloton. Everybody remembers this. In 2020, it has from 2020 peak, from 2021, Peloton drawdowns percentage of high. It has dropped 97.34%. 97.34% from the highs. And if you see the market cap, it used to be the market cap used to be around 49 billion. It has come down to 1.6 billion, 66 billion. So market is always right. You need to have a plan. Now, a lot of people, they kept on buying. I mean, buying on the rising cycle, it's a very good strategy. But when it drops and you keep on buying and even you see that it's falling like a falling knife and you do not put a stop loss, that is a failure of a plan. So you need to have a plan. It's like whenever you plan a vacation, if you have vacation in a month's time, like you're planning for December holiday season, you start preparing from October. What do you need? You start making your list. You need to do this. You need to do this, X, Y, Z, and everything, right? But when you go for the trading, you wake up in the morning, you don't have a plan. You just try to, okay, I think it's going higher. That's not the way a market works, right? Market dynamics are completely different. Okay, so let's go here. Next one. Market psychology. How market works. There's a phase of accumulation, right? And in this phase, you will see smart money comes in. Public participation comes here. Then institutional investor comes in. So first sell off, there's a bear trap, and then the public participation comes in. Okay. And then there's a setup of a new paradigm, excess phase 3, right? Then comes the time of distribution, phase 1, public participation, and then the panic phase, right? So here you see smart money is the first one to get in, institutional investors, and then comes publics, and then comes new paradigm, and then denial phase. There is a bull trap, market returns back, no, everything is normal, and then the market drops big time, and then people realize at the last stage that I am stuck. Now sell everything, this market is not for me. We have heard this many times. I believe most of you have heard this, have seen this kind of scenario and situation, right? Anybody has seen the situation? Anybody finds it very familiar words? Find familiar words? Anybody would like to comment anything? Okay, so I'll move on. Let's go. This approach and strategy, what we are using is, this is the basically TWT strategy, analytical approach. We use technical analysis. Now, technical analysis is a key tool to identify the market trends. Those who have, like Zahir, and there are a couple of guys I can see, they have attended the course. So they know exactly what I'm talking about. And some of you are using technical analysis. So they also understand what actually I'm talking about. So technical analysis is the key tool. Now, way back 20 years or 25 years, the market was buy and hold, because the volatility in the market was not that huge. Nowadays, 20 years ago, 10 to 25% move in the market used to take about a year or 2 years to come in. Now, the volatility is so high that in 2022, last year in 2022, up till June, S&P moved plus or minus 2% in a day happened 35 times. This was the statistics. I clearly remember there was the statistics shared by Bloomberg, and it had moved 35 times in half a year. That means there are total 250 trading days. So 125 days has 35 days where S&P has moved plus minus 2% in a day. So if you're still thinking the old style buy and hold, then probably you'll have to hold for a long time. So the best is the momentum trading, because there's a huge momentum in the market. There's another wrong belief about the market is basically everybody looks at the cash market, the stock market, and see the volumes are going down. But they do not look at the flow on the option side, the derivatives market. The volumes are getting huge, higher and higher by the day in the options market. So there are trades happening, more trades happening on the option market rather than the cash market. Cash market is the stock market, the underlying, the key stock, like let's say Tesla. So if you look at Tesla price is not moved by, I mean, definitely it's moved by the fundamentals. It's moved by Tesla's key fundamentals and financials. But most of the time it is moved by the short selling, short interest, and the options flow. So the market dynamics have changed. So you need to understand, you need to learn the market's new dynamics, which is more about the momentum trading, right? Technical pattern can help. Technical patterns help in clearly finding continuation and reversal trades. And I'll show you one of the slide where I have put some of the patterns. Indicators highlight the extreme levels in prices and identify crowd behavior. Combining price action patterns and indicator paves the way for a robust. So combining all these strategy paves the way for a robust trading plan and strategy. Right? So let me go, guys. Okay. Trading methodology, what we follow is trends, direction, momentum, strength of the trend, trend accumulation and distribution zone, cycles, follow highs and lows, time frame strategy. So we look at the multi-time frame strategy. Let me go further, guys. Now, some of the recent recommendations, what we have done on Twitter. So let me go back to the normal, okay, go out of the presentation mode and then I'll show you. Okay. So if you are not on Twitter, you haven't joined our Twitter account, please feel free to join. On 11th of September, we identified this wedge pattern that the market will go higher and then the NASDAQ, this is the NASDAQ future, the market will drop, right? Let's see what happened. Okay, let me go and, okay, let's see. Go back to the presentation. On 21st of September, I think it's 21st. Yeah, 21st of September. Where's the market? Same wedge pattern, drop down. Right, guys? Okay, so those who are on Twitter, they have probably they've seen this. Let me go back here, close this, close this. Okay, so this is our Twitter account. Let me go back to the presentation. Then if you guys followed, you would have followed this when the FedEx result came in. It was better than expected result. And there was a pattern already going on on the charts. Bull flag. And now just hold your breath. We'll go into what has happened after this bullish flag appeared on the weekly chart, right? That gives you the explanation of the flag. Let's go here. QQQ. Break out of the channel. It went into this region. It went down a little bit, right? So these are what we're doing. At least 3 tweets a day, if as long as the time allows. This was one of the very good chart on VIX and I think SPY. So you can check this one. VIX had a bullish divergence, and VIX has gone higher from then. Right? So let's go back. Okay. So this is our Twitter account. So please, if you are not there, please follow us on Twitter. We have what do you call it? We have a Telegram account, and those who are following on Telegram, let me go in the presentation mode so you will see it a little bigger. This was on 26th of September. I recommended to buy NVDA 440 September call at 1.90. I added more at 1.105 to 1, and I closed it. Where is the closing session? I closed it at 1.68 or something like that. Yeah, see, closed at 1.68. Then we actually put some recommendation about this was basically, sometimes you call it hero or a zero trade. So bought 365 call September 29th at 0.617, so 16-17 cents, closed it at 0.41. And there was some recommendation. Most Khurram trades, most of the time he trades NASDAQ futures. And you can see that he put his details, what he's going to do. And before sleeping, he got $837 in his account. Small profit before bedtime. This was on between 27th and 28th of September. And then you can see here, this is recent on Friday. Everybody was expecting it to go higher. And we had a view that the market is, if it breaks 15,030, 40, if it doesn't break, then most likely the market is going to 14,930. Shahid was with me on the chat, and we have hit this one. And Khurram was short, and this is what his reward for the day. So please feel free to join our Telegram account. There we put a lot of trade ideas, right? Now we are going into the market outlook. So what we are going to look about is the US interest rate, US dollar index, US key indices. There's a myth in the market that when the interest rate decline, market goes higher. I'll show you what history has proven, right? Then we'll go through SPY, VIX, S&P 500, S&P future seasonality, and this is what my target for the month of October, right? So I do my preparation at the end of the week, and I do my preparation at the end of the month. That's what we do. Khurram and I, we do a discussion, and we come up with some ideas, right? So let's straight go into the ideas, and we'll go through one by one, right? Now, guys, feel free to ask any question if you have any. Let's make it interactive. So what we are looking here is the U.S. government 10 years yield, which is in the blue. And then we are looking at the US federal fund, Fed fund rate, the US interest rate. We are looking from the cycle from 1970 all the way until Friday. See the spread. Anytime the spread is about 100 basis point and more, the interest rate has started declining in a couple of months. See here? First observation is, let me just somebody. The first observation is when the 10 years treasury yields go below the interest rate, US interest rate. US interest rate starts declining. Right? Similar situation here. We have a similar situation here. Guys, can you go on mute? So what happens is when the 10 years treasury drops, starts going down and below the US interest rates, the interest rate declines. Similar situation here. We have seen a similar situation in 2002, 2006-07. My assumption since last September, is that Fed is going to pivot between 4.75 to 5.5%. We are at 5.25, 5.5% at the moment. And you see that the spreads have started almost hit the 100 basis point. between the US Treasury and the interest rate, US interest rate, right? So we are at a juncture where we maybe Fed is saying that there is another 25 basis point rise. I don't think so. History is suggesting it's not there, but there is basically a lot of debate going on that there is another 25 basis point hike before the end of this year. What I have shown on my Twitter, what I've shared with you guys, that the futures market, euro dollar futures, the dollar interest rate futures market is seeing a rate cut from between June or July next year, or May or June, July next year, right? So that's one of the things. So that is giving me some good idea that probably the interest rate are very close to get pivoted. It's going to be pivoted soon, right? So that's one theme. Let's go and look at the US dollar. US dollar index. It has surpassed a couple of resistance. Last week, this is as of Friday, it failed to break 107. And you see, this was the key resistance. Failed to break. Probably it will pull back a bit, but it has a very nice strong uptrend, right? Generally, there is a market believes that when the dollar goes higher, stock market comes down. But we haven't. It's not always. Sometimes there's a good correlation. Sometimes there's a decoupling between the two. Right? So we'll see how it goes. But US dollar looks like in a stronger uptrend. Right. Let's go to the. Now this is one of the chart where you will see all the three indices, and this is the time of inflation. Sorry, recession. Now, what happens when interest rate declines? So once the interest rates, when the Fed start easing the cycle, start decreasing the interest rate, there is a myth in the market that the market will shoot up. That's not had happened. History hasn't suggested that. That's between 2001 and 2002, when the interest rate declined, market declined. Interest rate decline in 2008 and 9, market decline. In 2020, near the COVID, interest rate decline and the market decline. So history is not in line with the interest rate. The Fed starts cutting interest rate and then the market goes higher. No. When the Fed indicates it's going to pivot, the market goes higher. But when they start easing the interest rate, the market goes down, right? So that is one of the idea, right? So to keep in mind. Now, if you look at the SPY versus VIX, so what you're seeing at the top is the SPY weekly chart, and at the bottom is the VIX weekly chart. So if you look at carefully, VIX hit the top of the rectangle last week and dropped. Same thing, SPY hit the base of the channel and it closed higher. It seems like we have some move to the upside before we decide where we are going. And I'll show you some very interesting seasonality chart, that what happens in October. And that's what we shared on our Twitter account, that what happens in the second half of September. The second half of September, market tanks, right? So what we are seeing here is VIX is at the top of the rectangle. So probably VIX is going to cool down a bit. And SPY is at the bottom of the channel. So SPY is going to move higher a little bit, right? Let's go. Any question, guys? Anything you would like to ask? Anyone? Okay, so I'll continue. If you okay, somebody is okay. All right, let's see. Okay, let me go to the next one. SPX outlook. So you see, distribution zone, market dropped. COVID 2020. Accumulation zone, market ripped. Again, we've came into the distribution zone, we tested that, and we are going down. So that means on a longer term basis, SPY is finding this region as a very strong selling point. So the institutional selling appears in this region, SPX in this region. So that's why we've seen market sold off. Let's go to the next one. Now, something very interesting. This chart was shared on the Twitter, on Twitter. See the second half of September, how market drops. This is the 20-year seasonality cycle. And what happens in October? Initially, it remains within the September range, a little bit close to it, or makes a new high, then goes higher, then dips. Then around the, say, 7th or 8th trading day, it makes a base and then it moves higher. And November, December has been historically, S&P futures go higher. Right, guys? SPY seasonality in a form of a table. So what happens in September, since 2008 to 2023, 10% down, 7% down, 3 years in a row, September has been down. This time, 4 year in a row, September, it was down, right? What has happened in October? Either two years it goes higher and then drops, or 3 years it go higher and drop, or 1 year it goes higher. So we have already done 2. Most likely, probably we're going to see a third month positive close in October. Looking at, if I go back, how the seasonality is suggesting that the market makes a bottom somewhere between first trading day to 6th or 7th trading day of October. Let's go here. So this is what looks like for September, for October. Now, this is what the NASDAQ is. So if you see NASDAQ actually has a very nice rising trend. It dropped through this line. It has cleared this declining line. It cleared this declining line, but failed to break this shooting star. If you see from the perspective of candlestick, failed to break this shooting star and come down below this key region. Now, this is NASDAQ floor, the NASDAQ index. As long as it remains below 14,850, it will hover around this level for a bit. But it could be for the next few days, like 5 to 7 trading days in October. Then it's going to it's most likely going to record a bottom and then slowly, gradually move higher. Okay. Dow Jones. Now, as I mentioned, that we look at the patterns, right? So if you look at the Dow Jones, we had a bearish flag, double bottom, bullish flag, double top, triple top. Then we have a bearish flag. So what has happened here? We had a double top reversal on NASDAQ daily chart, and then we have dropped. Okay, 1 second. Somebody's joining. Okay. So we had a double top reversal, and then we dropped. We are still in the channel. We are still at the drop on Friday has been a huge drop. We are at the middle line. Now middle line will be the decision point, how it moves. It goes higher, it goes lower, right? So we'll see how it happens, right? But within the chart, if you're good at observation, you will find a lot of reversals and continuation patterns. Okay, so we have continuation patterns, bullish and bearish flag, double top, bottom, top reversals, uptrend followed by rectangles, symmetrical triangles, and all those things, right? Okay, so let's go. Oil futures, very nice rounding formation, but it has a very strong resistance at 95. And as per the closing on Friday, it has dropped. It failed to break 95. So if it's a rounding formation, or if it's a cup formation, probably it's going to form a handle. Now, handle is a very, handle takes a lot of time. Handle is a consolidative pattern, and it can eat up a lot of time into it. But overall trend looks bullish after some consolidation. Okay. Any question? Anybody has any question, guys? Okay. So after the oil, let's go to NVDA. NVDA is chopping between 2 lines. It looks like it found a good support on the weekly basis. This is the weekly chart. It's probably heading towards the top of the declining line, which is around 480. In my best understanding, NVDA is on its way to 480 in the month of October. And then it drops. So it's like a choppy price action between 406 to 480, right? The time it breaks 406 or 405, 404, it invalidates the whole structure. But right at the moment, the structure is suggesting that NVDA is going to 480. Okay, so let's move. Tesla. Now, Tesla delivery numbers are due. I'm not sure whether it has already been announced or it's going to be announced tomorrow or day after. Let's see how it goes. But Tesla is also consolidating between the two. It's the weekly chart, consolidating between a squeezing range. I won't say it's some sort of a triangle, but I'll see how it behaves. So it has bounced back by holding this line. It's the rising trend line. Probably it's going to the top of the declining line, which is around, okay, I haven't put the levels, but it's somewhere around to 675 to 80 level, and then drop, or it breaks through the roof, or it breaks through the floor. We have yet to see. We'll see how it goes, because once the Tesla announces their quarterly numbers, the market becomes more volatile. So the best strategy in this one is to wait for the breakout. But one positive thing which I can see, one of the good positive thing, is the hammer on the weekly chart. Hammer last week as of Friday on the weekly chart. Hammer is a positive sign for the strength in Tesla, but we'll see how it goes tomorrow. Let's go. Triple Q, QQQ, which is the Nasdaq ETF. It's hovering between these two lines. And if you see, there is a dodgy candle, sort of a weekly candle. It looks like that Triple Q is trying to go towards the upside, which is 374.75, before it drops a bit. So I'll keep an eye on the support line. As long as this support line on a weekly basis is not taken out, it's a good opportunity to stay long on QQQ, but with a very, very tight stop loss, right? But it looks like that the market is going to base a little bit in 5-7 days and then take off to the upside. Any question, guys? Anything would you like to know? Okay, so I'll continue. Bitcoin. Anybody who trades Bitcoin or looks at Bitcoin in this group. In the meanwhile, let me grab some water. Anybody would like to say something? Anybody would like say looks into Bitcoin, trades Bitcoins, or trades crypto? Are you guys there? Hello.
Hey, yes.
Yes, we are.
Not
Yeah,
yet,
yeah.
but
I thought everybody's sleeping. Everybody's sleeping. Now, gone to. So something very interesting in Bitcoin. You see this rectangular formation. First point of rejection. Second point of support, holding the support. Third point of same rejection, which rejected here at point 1. Finding support at fourth point. If everything goes well, I think Bitcoin is ready for takeoff if it holds this level on a weekly basis. Bitcoin is one of the asset class in 2023. The return, if somebody bought Bitcoin at the beginning of the year, is up between 63 to 68%. Bitcoin is the best performing asset class this year, BTC, right? So this is the rectangle. Once this rectangle is taken out, then the target is somewhere around 37,900, right? But let's see how it moves. There are a lot of ETFs, talks of ETFs being set up for Bitcoin. So let's see how it moves. But that's one of my point of focus on Bitcoins. And then see how it moves. And there are some stocks related to Bitcoins that can be taken look into, right? This is the energy ETF XLE. And you can see that in the past, this was the distribution area. And that's what we failed to break in the last couple of times since, I think this is before July, so 2022. This is suggesting a dip towards from 90s, wherever it is, from 91, from 90, 91 to all the way to 84 before it takes off. right, guys? So energy, anybody's looking at energy as a sector, probably there's something is happening. We have looked at the oil future where the cup formation is done or the rounding formation is done. It's going into consolidation. XLE looks like it's going heading lower towards the 80s, 85 from 90s, almost a move for $5 to $6 on the downside. So be careful what you do in the energy sector. This one is the technology. So this is the technology XLK, technology tech in ETF. See how nicely it has held the base of the channel. And it is not close. I mean, it is close to the base of the channel. Probably, I believe it will come down to test this base of the channel before it takes off. This is also a weekly chart. But this zone is known to be the distribution zone. So there was a distribution here. We dropped. There has been this. This is basically at the moment, it's in the region. It can go either side. Probably it consolidates before going higher or breaks on the downside. So it will be interesting to see how it behaves in October. So, I mean, the best is to revisit the chart a week after from now to see how it closes, right? Financials. Financials are some sort of a symmetrical triangle going on, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. We're coming down to for 0.4 and then 0.5. Now, I have put an arrow. In my best opinion, I think it's going to break on the upside, but the best strategy is to wait for the breakout, not to predetermine about the breakout. At the moment, what I have done is a predetermination that probably it's going to break on the upside. But the best strategy is to wait. There's a possibility that it may break the fourth leg down, because financial is the key. If the Fed keeps on increasing the interest rate, that's going to hurt the bank very badly. Right? At the moment, it looks like that it's coming down towards somewhere around 30, 32 and a little lower, right? It's at 33.17. So it's just $1.50, $1.25 or 1.20 dollar on the downside before it decides where it's going to go. Now, the stock which is on my radar, it's Lucid, right? Some of the guys, they know it, that I'd been watching this stock. I have a position in the stock. It went higher to 8 and then dropped big time. But if you see how the way it's moving, it's a falling wedge sort of a pattern. And if this is correct, that means this time we go a little bit above around 6.3 to 6.4, dip a bit, and then go to our first target, which is 8.37. And the second target, which I believe it's around $13, right? And apart from doing price analysis, what we have seen on all these charts, we have done the price analysis, right? One of my specialty is time analysis. So you have to, I mean, all these analyses are most potential and probable trades, like high potential trades, but there is no surety. So we have to wait for the breakout. It breaks on the other side, then the structure is gone. So these are high probability trade, no surety trade, right? But this time-wise, I think between November 10th to January 12th, 2024, it has a potential to hit $13, right? But price-wise, my first target is Lucid to clear this trend line, either dip or rip, go straight to 8, and then come down a bit before it goes to 13. So we'll see how it performs. It all depends on the entire sector. Lucid's produced, they definitely they have actually reduced the price of their car, but these are the luxurious EVs available so far, right? The sales are growing definitely. Most of the sales is in the Middle East, it's growing, and they're going to open a plant in Saudi Arabia, production in Saudi Arabia. So Lucid is on my radar. I have a position in it, and I think as long as it does not break this trend line, I'll stay in the position. Right. Once it's breaking 6, I'm going to add a little bit to the position. Around $8, I'm going to offload the entire position. And then I will wait and I'll see how it goes. Yeah, guys. Other one was FedEx, right? So I told you guys, I showed you the tweet that after the FedEx results, I was looking at, what do you call it, this bullish flag. FedEx is a very good opportunity for somebody who wants to hold for a longer term. After this breakout of the flag, we closed at 265 on Friday. The target for this flag is 315, but it will take time. But it's a solid, very good growth company. If you want to look into it, it's a good opportunity to buy it. It's a very nice flag, and the target of the flag is 318. All these structures are valid until unless this declining channel is not taken out, right? So these are no surety trade; these are high probability trades, right? So you look at the high probability, and that's what it looks like on FedEx. And I think after this, I have the last one. Yeah. So Western Digital was actually upgraded by BNP Paribas. The day they upgraded the price target to 58. The same day it dropped. It's the daily chart. Yeah. So it was in the distribution zone, in the previous demand zone. Now it's supply zone. And there was a selling unless I believe until it comes to test this line, which is right at the moment, if I see is between 43, around 43. It tests this trend line, holds this trend line, then I'm looking into this stock. If it doesn't, or if it breaks on the top side, right? So this is what the idea I have for the next, for the month of October, WDC, FedEx, Lucid. Then let me go back to the previous, which is the NVDA. Energy it looks like it's weaker. Bitcoin, I'll keep an eye. It's in the range trade at the moment. Let me go. QQQ. Tesla, I'll see which side it breaks. Previous one. NVIDIA, I think it looks like a clear direction on the upside. And if you see the candle, actually, it's basically the inside candle. So if you see this, and I'll keep an eye as long as 407, 406 is not taken out. I think 470 is coming on NVIDIA. I think that's all from my side. I think we are almost on time. It's almost 7 o'clock. So we had 1 hour for this whole discussion. Any questions, guys?
जी sir. Hello.
Haji, ji.
जी sir. वो जो अभी you were just talking about the Bitcoin.
Right.
Okay, I don't trade or never trade Bitcoin, but I have Mara and Riot. So it seems that they are at the bottom at the moment because
Right.
Mara I think went up to 16, 17 dollars
Right.
in the recent past month, and now again back to 8. So
Keep an eye.
this,
What I suggest you is the best thing you can do is keep an eye on Bitcoin.
okay.
Overlay Bitcoin chart on Mara
Hmm.
and see how they're moving. Are they moving? Is there any correlation? If the Bitcoin go higher, does Mara go higher?
Yeah, apparently yes. Most
If
of the
there is a
time.
correlation, when the Bitcoin moves, put your money in Mara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what I'm thinking to average it down again so that I can get it out of
Exactly.
at least at the break even.
Exactly. Munib has asked could you please give a little more insight on energy? Munib, can you elaborate your question? What exactly you mean by further insight?
Hello, yes. I have energy stocks, so I just want to know the direction, where they are heading to. So that's only my question, like Sunrun or SEDG.
Well,
So these
actually,
stocks.
see, yeah, basically, I'm not doing any individual stocks today because it's just an hour session. So what I'm doing is I'm giving you the idea of the XLE, which is the the energy stock. So you can see the constituent of these, the ExxonMobil, the couple of other companies part of it. I think it will be influenced by those companies, right? But if there's any other company not part of it, they may have a different price behavior. What you can do is if you send me the ticker, whatever you have, but I'm just talking about in general, that if you go and if you look at the 1 second, let me go to the, okay, let me go move the, okay, so let's go here. Where is my, okay. Overall, energy as oil is going to consolidate. So we have a very nice rounding move. The consolidation where it comes to Brent future is going to be between the high what we have seen on Friday last week to somewhere around 88 or 87 level. So if it's 95 or 96 is the high, between 96 and 88, it's going to hover between those two levels. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I'll keep an eye on so like anything which is very closely tied to Brent futures or crude futures, because each and every company has their own dynamics, right? So I'm 100% sure that ExxonMobil, is directly linked to the future oil prices. But now we are getting into the Q3 earning season. So you have to keep a view on what has happened in the last 3 months in the oil market and how the profitability of these companies going to get how the profitability is going to be for these companies, right? So that's one of the, yeah. So just look at the 3 months previous 3 months prices. Q3 earnings are due somewhere from middle of October. So see how the results come in. So I would look at a company like let's say if there's one of the first company who's announcing earlier than the second or third one. So I'll look at the result of the first company, and then I'll take the position on the second or third, which is in line, right? Now, sometimes what you can do is you can look at the Saudi Aramco, see how their results are, right? If their results are better than BP, Shell, ExxonMobil, these will go higher in the anticipation of their good results.
Okay.
Right.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. So that's all from my side, guys. If you have any question, feel free to ask. If you are not part of the Twitter group, I think what's his name? Khurram has shared the Telegram group, and on the Twitter you can always go and follow us on @TWT Learning.
Earlier, you didn't mention anything. I mean, about your training plans or schedule or what you call it, charges, something. Oh,
Well, actually, we're going to advertise soon, most likely in a week or 2 weeks' time, and then we will be using through Telegram. We will actually reach out to people. Those who are interested, they are more than welcome, and then we'll put the schedule over there. Khurram, what do you suggest? Khurram, are you there?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that.
Your voice quality is not. Something is wrong.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Can you guys hear me better now?
he's become a robot now.
Khurram, there's something wrong at your end, or maybe the connection or something.
Hold on 1 second.
Definitely, what we'll do is we'll announce on Telegram, and we'll take it up from there. Those who are interested, please reach out to myself or Khurram. We are planning to do.
Can you guys hear me better now?
Yeah. Khurram, please go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So our next actual training session will be beginning in the mid of October. In next 2 weeks. I've already shared you can see the the Telegram link on here too. I did share that in the chat also. So all you gotta do is click on it and you'll be joined in our Telegram group and you can reach me out over there. My name is shows under KK. That's my first and last name is initial, Khurram Khan. You can reach me out over there and I can give you more details.
Guys, I would appreciate if those who are online, can you please share your email address so I can share this presentation with you guys? So please put your email address, send it to us through the chat, or share your contact details. I mean, your cell phone number and your email address so we can share with you the presentation, what you have gone through. It has taken me a lot of time to go through and produce these charts. So it will be beneficial for you guys. Yeah, so please feel free to share your email address. So we'll share the presentation. Any question, guys? Anything you would like to ask?
Ali bhai, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalam.
So if I have an email, so I think you have that email.
Yes.
This is Salim.
Ji, Salim bhai.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I have your email. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Ali bhai. It was very good.
Welcome,
really
guys.
liked it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Khurram bhai.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome and thank you everyone for joining us.
Really appreciate
Thank you.
it. You
If
took the
somebody,
time.
yeah, I'm online. If somebody wants to share the email, please feel free to share before I go offline. Harvinder, I have your email. Yes. Bashir, Assalamu alaikum. Nice to see you. Okay, Harvinder, I got your email address. Okay.
Thank you, Ali bhai. Nice. It was a very nice presentation. I like it.
Thanks, guys. Thanks. Okay, guys. So, anybody wants to share the email, please feel free. Some of the guys, I have the email address. I think AL is Akbar, right? Mute, okay.
Yeah.
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम अकबर, how are you?
Problem जनाब, कैसे हो?
बस ठीक ठाक, आप बताएं.
शुक्र.
And Mohammed Gayasi is, if I'm not wrong, Nuria, right? Nuria. I think Nuria, can you probably, right? So can you share your email address, please? I think I have it. Yes, I have your email address. Yes. Anybody else wants to share the email address, please feel free. Just going to stop sharing my screen for a bit for now. And I wish you guys all the best. Farid Evans, sorry. Farid has just joined, so we are just about to close. Ji Farid, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Sorry, yaar, I thought it was a central time.
No problem at all. We have finished. We're done.
Oh man. Chalo, main wo recording phir dekh lunga.
Okay. You look like Shahid Afridi, man.
Oh, do I have my camera on?
No, man, you have a picture on your Zoom.
Oh, okay. That is surprising, man. I was like, what is going on? Do I have my camera on?
I am not a spy. I trade spy. I am not a spy.
Yeah. No, I was looking at the things, like I was looking at the news and everything. I was talking to Khurram bhai last week.
Right.
And I was anticipating to get, but I knew that I was a little late. I had to go to, for condolences on a funeral.
Right.
So, and I look at it right now and I was like, man, it is 6 already and nobody's there. So, yeah. Inshallah. So, no, if you have the recording, I'll get that, inshallah.
Sure.
Farid, मैं आपको recording भेज दूंगा बस.
जज़ाकुमुल्लाह खैर यार. खुर्रम, मुझे पता था कि ये अपना सेंट्रल टाइम पे आपने वो डाला ईस्टर्न टाइम का.
हाँ, वो ईस्टर्न.
चलो कोई मसला नहीं, इंशाल्लाह ताला. Then I'll go ahead and catch